and Beast. And that's it. And we're starting off with Zomba and MPG, getting right off and ready to go here. Mega Man Rob for our winners finals. How you feeling?
These two ended up playing a lot back in like 2022, 2023. Like the post-COVID resurgence of Philly and Tri-State Smash in general. So it's exciting to see them like finally start playing more as of recently, and they're playing at Bears 500, they're playing in winners finals, and back in loose finals as well. And they're playing out here again. It's one of those matchups where like Rob players tend to talk about how bad it is because of how you can get ran down, how much damage you can take as Rob. But then you remember, you're still playing Rob. At the end of the day, matchups don't really matter because you just do shit like that.
Rob is a hard character to like quantify, it feels like. Because like, yes, there are tangible things that Mega Man has in the Rob matchup that almost no other character does. Between the Lemons covering an extra bit of mid-range while advancing, that can be hard for Rob to really shut down. Top getting pretty minimalized. A frame 4 back out of shield on frame 5 forward air. I believe it's frame 5 or frame 6. Frame fast, out of shield options make it so Mega Man is a hard character to reliably pressure. But Rob is the generalist in this point of the ultimate metagame. Rob can do everything if you play your cards right, and certainly Zomba has been known to play a few cards.
And especially right now, he's on an absolute tear in the beginning of this game number 1, rushing MPG down, recognizing that you don't want him to get stuck comfortable into that Mega Man flowchart, considering all the protections with the Metal Blade, into the Leaf Shield, into setting it back down there with the pellets. You can rack up so much damage on such a big hurt box like Rob. The best thing you can do in Zomba's position is to get in there, get your grubby little robot mitts on this robot, and then tear him down.
This is robot on robot violence. This is crazy.
Ooh, I'm not accepting that joke.
Oh yeah, I think that's one. That one's all right. Oh, quick back air. I like the pickup off of not just like getting the hard knuckle, but also finding the sour spot hard knuckle. Like, the way that MPG is trying to orchestrate offense, it's been almost strictly horizontal on hit and on pressure, staying vertical. It's hard to work in with.
Ooh, not going to find anything off that tech chase
nice.
just yet, but tossing that gyro back up. They're going to catch somebody air dodging back in. Nice landing there from dodging to the up tilt, the up air. Still not going to close it out. Going high the recovery with that rush. Finally going to land there with the weak forward air. Looking with the Metal Blade into the up smash. A nice conversion there from MPG. It's the last stock here in this game number 5. A lot of rage here on this Mega Man, but one little conversion here from this Rob will definitely do it. With MPG, you've got to be careful, especially at the top platform of this battlefield. One up air from Rob will close it out as Zomba takes game number 1 by the chin.
That's tough. That's tough. Like, the dash attack on the platform, I don't believe is intended. Tough to see it come out here for MPG, but the idea of how that matchup is played is very, very much still in flow.
Yeah.
You're trying to set up these plus frame situations. You're trying to play both in range to potentially get some conversions off of Metal Blade or off of any of your stray aerials into something like a forward air or back air, or an up air even. Or you're able to either just pivot right into like some sort of Metal Blade conversion while you're poking away with these lemons.
So, but let me pick your brain a little bit, man.
Sure, hit me.
Why do you think we're going for Battlefield only here?
It seems like MPG's focus on verticality is making Zomba beat him without major utilization of Nair. Of course, Nair is always going to be like a problem for every character. You're never going to get rid of that move completely, but there's less places to Nair optimally on a stage like Battlefield, as long as MPG plays with this extra sense of like platform height, staying above Zomba and coming down on him with things like hard knuckle, forward air, and the like. So that type of like minimization of a powerful move in Rob's arsenal can really transform a game if played correctly. And that's why you see Zomba trying to almost do the same thing, mix up and create height himself by going super high off stage and then coming down with a mix of a Nair or air dodge.
And MPG playing around that very well. I mean, utilizing the Metal Blade to catch these landings from Zomba on delayed recoveries. There's not much you can do about that when Zomba has that gyro in hand at the ledge, it's 5%. And now, again, playing around the platform height with the Metal Blade in hand, recognizing that where Zomba wants to be is directly under you, getting into these long and extensive ladder combos, and now trying to get back into the game where MPG just trying to find the approach option, but considering we're back to center stage, you have Rob has that gyro in hand. There's not really much you can do to counteract that. So considering Petals don't really have much of that lasting presence, at least when it comes to like priority-wise from a move.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're thinking about it from like a truly cardinal type of situation, or type of like directional viewpoint.
Yeah.
MPG wants to work almost exclusively in the north-south and the east-west. Back air and forward air handle the east-west, the lateral and the longitudinal. That's all with hard knuckle and metal blade. You keep things very cardinal in that way. Rob does not keep things very cardinal. You see a lot of diagonals coming. You see a lot of coverage coming down on top from above with things like nair and forward air, and down on top and above with the drifting float of gyro. Like, all of this has the extra arcs and angles that make it a little bit harder for MPG to cover raw. He has to make these bigger callouts or these intended coverage plays, like with these air shooters, to keep things in the directions that he wants to work in.
MPG trying to deter this landing from Zomba, getting so much extra damage with that up air. Comes back in there with the Robo Beam and the gyro right now, tossing it back and forth, all willy-nilly, and trying to catch his Mega Man, getting a little overzealous. The gyro coming out there once more, trying to make some space from going super high. Like I said earlier, MPG's so good at catching those high recoveries and waiting patiently there. Back air going through, even with that parry, the patient for Zomba to make a play off stage. You know, opt for that back air finally. Has been waiting patiently through and through for those recoveries and going to find it there at the end.
Any sort of like low, slow drift from Zomba is just prime opportunity for MPG to find a huge back air like that. Slap call is so devastating at doing exactly that. Oh, a couple forward air into back air, putting up the leaf shield, slowly but surely chipping away at Zomba. These big forward airs. Gotta watch out for that shield health though too. Zomba's starting to really chip away and burn through Rush's springs like it's nothing.
Now waiting patiently from the corner to find an extension there. The depth going to get counteracted by MPG, posting up patiently there as well. Going to catch a roll in there with a back throw. The back coming in from MPG, waiting to catch Zomba with the higher recovery. So doing so fine. Going actually for the lower recovery, trying to find the read there. Someone makes it back on. Looking to find the pick up there with an up tilt or something of the sort. Catch a landing from MPG. That's leaf shield coming out perfectly for him. They'll play tilting to counteract that. Pressure and shield, double, triple up air, and that is not going to close out the game, but so much extra damage. 157 max rage here on this Rob. Someone needs to take the stock here very soon, or else you can definitely wait him out. As I say that, Metal Blade toss into the forward air, sending Mega Man all the way off stage, waiting for him to overextend just barely with a down tilt on shield. Zomba just biding his time, because at 165, any straight here from Metal Blade will close it out with a back air from MPG.
Any one of these rising. Oh, is that enough rage to do it? Yeah, the up tilt is more than enough. That maximum rage doing maximum damage here in order to take game number 2 right out from underneath MPG's nose. I was thinking like the way that Zomba wins that is to maximize the vertical kill options if MPG was going to play a very vertical neutral and come down with a lot of like air shooter and down air type of plus frames, the down angle on Metal Blade, on Z dropping, all that jazz, with something like an up smash out of shield. But even better, just sharking with an up tilt is way safer and just as effective.
Yeah, man. I mean, Zomba playing a fantastic right now, recognizing the positioning that MPG wants to occupy, whether it was the Metal Blade toss. Oh, my God.
Phantom footstool, phantom footstool.
All right. Could have been very funny, but just barely avoiding that. But now, again, it's challenging that with the gyro fade backs, with the Robo Beams coming out there, and then just chasing him down when he gets back to the platform. Finally, when he has to reset and get himself back on the rocker, that's when Zomba's got to go and sharking with those up tilts and find so much value off of those ladder combos through finding percentages, or just straight up killing like he's going to right. Not there.
Not there.
Almost dead.
Not rage this time. No rage.
All right. But it would have been funny.
But it could have. It could have. It was very close. And Rob up air is a notoriously difficult move to DI, so good on MPG for keeping things as consistent and passing all these knowledge checks as you see them. 147 though, no knowledge check is going to save you sooner rather than later as we pass the 150% threshold. Nice delay on the side of Zomba as the roll in gets caught. Good positioning from MPG, trying to hold.
Whoa, where are we going?
Trying to maybe do like a leaf shield toss as opposed to just the pull. I don't know. Certainly cooking some offstage interactions because MPG wants to maximize this advantage state as long as he possibly can, but not quite able to find the stock. Massive damage, but not able to finish the food, and that's been the name of the game across this game 3. It's been a lot of chip, a lot of dink and dunk, nickel and dime, but no finishing blow quite yet. Even that nair at 1d6, not going to do it. Mega Man is certainly quite heavy.
Now waiting patiently here for him to get back on the stage. Spotted to avoid the double down that's coming out from Zomba as well. Captain just getting back on from the ledge. At least you'll have that extra hitbox to keep you safe from the pressure Zomba's putting out there. The charge F smash going to close it out though at 202. Max rage and some change here. Get as much extra credit as you can. 50% and counting right now. Somebody's talk yesterday, and the up throw is going to do it.
Could have done that like 30% earlier on the stage like Battlefield where you have those platforms to maximize vertical kill throws like that. So letting the Lee Shield rock. Oh, you saw the F tilt, but it needed to be angled up in order to hit that recovery angle or that recovery route from MPG with the early rush coil. That's certainly a tough one for Zomba, but it doesn't seem like he's too worried about it. Always got to move on to the next play, Momo, and Zomba is one of the best players in the world at just seeing a situation, understanding that, yeah, okay, this interaction is over. Let's move on to the next one as we're right back to an even game state.
There you go, taking that metal blade in hand, trying to defer.
Oh, the
MPG running him down with the back throw, though. MPG doing a fantastic job. Catching Zomba, getting a little too linear with this grounded game, playing underneath those platforms and calling him out in spades for taking his first lead of this set. But Zomba, one conversion away from bringing it back to his favor, so MPG definitely needs to run him down, but as much damage as he can, and he will with those up airs. These air shooters putting out so much value.
Almost finding that back air. If MPG did a jump get up, that could have sealed it. MPG finding the right routes just to get right through in the nick of time. Going for the down throw. You know Zomba is feeling a little desperate when we're seeing down throw at only at like 89%. You know that MPG's got that mash on. Ready on deck. Up to 1, 2, 3, but no up air afterward. Reaching all the same for any of these stock taking options, yet not finding any one of them. Dash attack is the follow-up.
Oh,
you're
we
fine.
are farmers.
Oh, you're not fine.
Finds the forward air there. Last situation here from Zomba looking to go move away with this 3-0. Now it's going to catch that roll in there with the metal blade tossed down. Like I said earlier, MPG has got a lock on Zomba playing this linear grounded game and closing it out with the back air. And slowly but surely, MPG has moved away from just simply playing his typical Mega Man game of like putting out those the everlasting pressure with the projectiles from the corner, with the flow chart again with the metal blades and the Leaf Shield in general. But then he recognized, okay, the thing Zomba's been doing to counterplay this is to sit underneath that platform and go for those ladder combos, the sharking through with the up tilts, trying to catch him on the ground and trying to run into him. So MPG, that last game, has been playing fully around that, whether it's like jumping, fully anticipating the robo beam and jumping over it like preemptively, playing around the gyro to avoid Zomba at the long range. When it comes to the close range, MPG's got it on lock with those metal blade tosses into the back airs. So at this point, Zomba's recognizing, okay, my grounded game is pretty much got it on lock on Battlefield. So we run into a stage like PS2.
Yeah. Elongate the stage, make MPG have a harder and harder time landing on you effectively. It's one of the best things about Battlefield and tri-fight layouts in general is that you get to just drop through the platform and land on people with aerials for almost free if you play your cards right. A lot harder to do that in Pokemon Stadium 2, which shuts down, not completely of course, but it shuts down a lot of the utility of something like a falling up air, which takes a little bit more to set up on a stage like Pokemon Stadium.
Sure.
Instead, we're just going for complete sharking up airs, and you know what? It's working out relatively the same. Zomba takes an early lead, MPG even things up, and then slowly but surely this first stock on both sides reaches the maximum percentages. He wants his forward tilt so bad.
He's looking for it. He wants to schmack, schmack. Oh, but finds the metal blade into the back air. He's still sitting here with the hand on his gun. They play patiently. The get up attack coming challenge there by the gyro. And Zomba so thirsty to take the stock here. MPG won't let him have it, especially with max rage. You can find so much of that viability towards the end of the stock. Again, looking to catch him, jumping for the corner. Finally finds that Robin towards the end there. 173 in there. Still not going to do it because Mega Man is one fat dude.
That is one bulky robot.
He's a big guy. He's big bone.
Yeah.
He's big.
You ever play Mega Man 1?
No.
Okay. Play Mega Man 1.
And we'll get back to this joke later.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
My fault. My fault. Reference denied.
Yeah, there you go.
Bit destroyed.
Old person owned. Anyways, back there coming out.
My unk status has been redeemed.
You're nuts, buddy.
So we are getting that gyro, actually. Full stage.
Oh, not going to find that air dodge in just yet. Playing around the corner with those pellets. Nice after from MPG again, kind of casing him back from the corner. Tossing him back up. Ready to shark him down with that on that platform. Zomba doing a fantastic job, sending him back up there with those down throws. Playing patiently at that ledge. Not going to get too crazy. We're going to catch that fadeaway back air with the forward air as well. Had the read on the up smash, but just barely missing it.
That's just a miss. That's just a miss you can't have. Like the opportunity was served up on a silver platter, and you're not capitalizing on that dramatically changes how this game could be going. Instead of playing with a lead and being able to maximize your opportunity, instead you're swinging and fishing and hunting for this final stock opportunity. The up throw with max rage.
They're not going to do it. Barely not miss max rage. Oh my god.
0.5 off max rage even. But still, one more up throw could do it, especially if you find a platform, as we see Zomba start to swing for the fences. Cut down with these early up airs and these full hop nairs, swinging and making sure MPG stays off the spot, forcing the robot off stage. Forward air, not going to quite do it, and MPG did land, but doesn't get a chance to do anything more. The gyro takes the stock, and thus Zomba holding on, one dash attack, and a couple opportunities on the board, but the air shooter denies all that. We got a final stock of game number 4.
There we go. Zomba now trying to find his way, footing back. Going to find that up throw immediately to find some extra damage there. But MPG again playing back, going to get back into it with the extra damage on those pellets. Sitting on top of that PS2 platform. Again, that angle, catching Zomba, dashing in, being able to react to Robo Beam, and playing out of range of that gyro. So many different angles of the gameplay MPG has got locked in there. Where he's standing on that PS2 platform.
Oh, first time we've seen just the raw shield grab come out from MPG, who's usually been so careful with these aerials out of shield. Those little like information war battles on the side of MPG are slowly but surely getting maximized. Opportunities like that, the hard knuckle into forward air. Zomba barely able to scrap on through with that big nair, just always trying to cut off columns at this point. We're seeing not only Zomba doing like full hop, we're seeing full hop double jumps even, or playing off of the platform to get that extra height and always command that space. It's something that Rob does exceptionally well, putting out back airs. The air dodge,
oh, he had the read!
Oh, we're getting out of there. No air shooter stuffs that jump out of shield, and thus MPG's holding steady in this corner. Rush is covering all that space. We missed the ledge jump.
So many whiffs at the end are going to say the end of this game. Grab coming out from Zomba, going for that back and start up to the down throw. We need to catch Mega Man from out of the corner. Down to the 2-frame. Goes super low there and opts for the hard knuckle. He gets a little too invested in that deep edge guard as we go to a game number 5 here in Winners Finals.
That's some confidence from MPG. Twofold. First, on the offensive play, of course, like you just putting out that down air there. Relatively consistent thing to just do, but to do it with a fastball and hold that position, big statement in order to bring this to a game 5. And B, the DI down and away after getting down tilted there, you know Zomba has executed that fastball fair 10 times out of 10. It is so ready in the chamber for Zomba just to pull off, and yet MPG just as aware about it. DI's down and away, off stage against Rob, and it gets rewarded for it. Early games have always led towards Zomba in these past 2 from the early percentage, but the late game has been trending towards MPG over and over again.
When you talk about, like, this is the extra layer of, like, the top-level play of this game, of just, like, it goes away from just being hyper-aware of your own options and how good you are at taking advantage of your own advantage state. Also, it's just, like, being aware of the opponent and counterplaying that. MPG been doing super well, whether it's catching those roll-ins from Zomba, catching him off stage, all of the, like, the somewhat guarantees that Rob has, just playing around that, never being put yourself in this position where you might feel a little awkward at first going high recovering constantly or mixing up the way you get to ledge, but MPG is making it work. Especially right now, he just barely gets back to ledge. We're going to catch that roll in there with the up smash. He didn't miss it that time.
Not that time, and that's a pretty monumental occasion there for Zomba, because basically in this set, that's like the first actual read that's mattered for Zomba, where it's like a stock-taking play. It changes the dynamic of the game instead of just a small read that you see all over the place where you're covering that option to begin with and playing Rob's high percentage play. now we get to see Zomba at his maximum potential, which has always been when Zomba has a lead and a chance to snowball you out of a game rather than make a comeback and playing an even tit-for-tat type of gameplay style.
Exactly what he's doing right now, trying to catch MPG on the back foot, avoiding that F smash. Jarro coming back out there as well. The crash, but I'm not too worried about that one. Pushing the shoulder with the air shooter into the back here, which is going to do it. DI mix up I've ever seen one. That was a 2XL cross up right there. That was nasty. That was a blitzcrank regrab on your shield. Yeah, I know you felt that one.
Yeah, I felt that one.
But at 132, a lot of rage here on this Mega Man, but Zomba looking to deny that in general, going for the short out back here, the Zombair. Find that one just yet. With the hard knuckle. And the lead shield. Oh, burning a lot of that fuel, but still able to make it back. Oh, gets a little overzealous there with that rotary arm.
Barely missing the spike hitbox of that down air. Could have been everything for MPG. Instead, we're peppering with these air shooters. Being on platform against Mega Man is devastating. There's a reason that MPG is trying to keep things vertical, trying to get Zomba to commit to these double jumps so he can shark so effectively and snipe out these landings with the walking arsenal that is Mega Man. I can't believe that Gyro went through both the Crash Bomber and more. Gyro is it is such a house of a tool. It's lingering. It's high priority and lingering hitbox, active hitbox, becoming such a problem for so much of Mega Man's like horizontal pressure. But as you make up for it with the grounded horizontal projectiles, you've got that horizontal aerial that is keeping so potent at closing out stocks. That back air, evening up the game and bringing us to a last stock of this game 5.
Yep, last stock scenario here. Zomba looking to get back into this, but MPG doing a fantastic job again, covering so much of that platform with the constant projectile flow shot. Going to catch him jumping back in there. Had the right read on the roll in, pressuring his shield there with those pellets. 104 there with the air shooters again. Catching Zomba back and forth here. Finally gets his hand on him, but the metal blade actually going to deter the combo that Zomba's trying to get out there. Back on there with the leash shield. 144. One more conversion here from this Mega Man will do it. Zomba needs everything he can, but on some kind of conversion close to stock here soon. It's looking pretty rough for him right now, considering the Metal Blade keeps messing up his combos.
Yeah, he's operating as if Metal Blade is Gyro, but they are fundamentally different. You do not get the same conversions. You do not get the same openings. Oh! Sometimes sets end with a bang, and sometimes they end with a whisper. And just a little hit of that air shooter at 160, the added win box sends right off the top and into grand finals. Does MPG go with his Mega Man on a reverse 3-0.
And the Philly crowd is definitely cheering up for their boy.
They're hyped.
That's the kind of motivation you need to go through the rest of the bracket. And we got that artificial. You talking about the whisper or the bang? That's the artificial bang because